Hello, everybody. Just wait for people to come in. Hi, hi, guys. We are getting started. Hello, Aditya. Hello, guys. Thank you for coming for the 7 p.m. Now more than ever show. This is episode 8. So it's been 8 continuous days that we've been bringing positive stories for you guys every single day from across the length and breadth of this country. I'm doing very good, Aditya. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Please, as you guys, I'm guessing a lot of you have already been watching us, so please call your friends and family. Amidst all of this gloom, doom that we see all around us, here's where we are trying to bring in two positive stories of the day, two amazingly inspiring, awesome stories for the day. So please just go tell your friends to come in, join in and watch the show. By the way, we've now put this show also on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/thebetterindia, there is a playlist called Now More Than Ever, where you guys can watch all the previous episodes, which means you guys can watch all the previous amazing stories that we've been bringing amidst all of this, the whole COVID crisis. All right. Today we have again, as always, two stories. And the first one I'll be starting up now is coming in from Karnataka. All right. So our story one today is from Karnataka. And this is a story that, adds a silver lining to an otherwise grim topic, that is the state of farmers in our country today, who are reeling under huge financial losses and crop damage because of the markets being closed, the stores being closed, and so on. So today's hero for this story is Sridhar. Sridhar is a small-time farmer in Karnataka who has faced a loss of about 3 lakh rupees due to the countrywide clampdown that has been implemented from since 24th March and continues now to control the spread of COVID-19. So yes, this is a story about Sridhar who faced a loss of about 3 lakhs. And now, here's the thing: for the first 15 days of the lockdown, Sridhar was forced to store around 70 kgs of capsicum in his house in Hosur because the markets and the transportation facilities had completely shut down. So he also tried arranging for transportation for the Bangalore markets, but really no help came forthwith. For those of you who are familiar with Bangalore, and Hosur is very close to Bangalore, on the border of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and Sridhar was forced to store almost 70 kgs of this capsicum in his house. And here's where our heroes of the story come in, right? And help came to Sridhar in the form of Taru, that's TARU, which is a non-profit initiative started by a group of friends. And I'll tell you a little more about this. So it began when Bengaluru resident Sunil Gatori noticed how farmers from his neighboring farmlands were suffering due to the lockdown. Right? So he came up with a very systematic approach. To bridge the gap between the demand and supply chain. So what did he do? He collaborated with his friends Uma and Sony and formed a non-profit called TARU, which is Team for Agri-Resource Utilization. Now, through the organization, they procure a combination of fresh vegetables from farmers and deliver them in 6-kilo boxes to apartment dwellers. So now, here you have the farmers who are struggling to store all of this produce, and there you have apartments who collectively have a very large demand, right? So they are now basically making all of this produce in 6 kg boxes and going and delivering it to the apartment dwellers, really basically solving for this whole supply issue that happened because of the lockdown. So this win-win initiative has so far provided fresh vegetables to over 700 families across Bangalore. That's 700 families across Bangalore. And on the other hand, it's gradually helping farmers like Sridhar to at least recover their losses. And so hats off to Sunil, Uma and Sony for starting Taru, which is Team for Agri-Resource Utilization, and for not just rescuing a part of our farmer community from losses, but also helping out in easing supply chain issues during this lockdown. So yes, sometimes all it takes is noble intention and a little innovation, and a lot of this stuff can be figured out. Right. So that was the story one for today. Please let us know in the comments, what did you think about this story. Do you guys like the stories? Alka on Facebook says very inspiring indeed. Alka, this is amazing initiatives that people are taking amidst this crisis. Shruti says this is in true sense humanity. It is. It indeed is. And yes, we have a lot more comments coming in on Instagram. Hello, and yes, Prasanna says thanks for positive stories. Thank you for watching this, and please spread the word. Get more people to watch the show. We will now move into story one, right? And the story two. We've just finished the first story. Okay, so the next story from Karnataka, we're now going to Mumbai, and Mumbai had a very unfortunate incident recently. It's been in the news, and we really hope that all the migrant workers are being able to, we come up with initiatives and solutions to solve these issues very soon. But here's a story about from Mumbai, where if you guys have lived in Mumbai, you've probably seen this whole inverse relationship between green cover and buildings, right? So where the buildings come up and suddenly the green cover is gone, and when and if you've been in Mumbai, you know how congested it is in terms of the green cover being rarely there. So, but here's the thing, right? Where one end, hope is lost each time a tree is cut or someone really defaces a green spot by littering. It is also an opportunity for highlighting the conservation efforts that a lot of our eco warriors are doing, and some of these eco warriors are the heroes of today's second story. So a motley group in Bandra called Dream Grove, made up of young and old, have been busy trying to create a pocket of greenery in 800 square meters of the MCGM De Monte Park. Why there? Because this park had become a dumping ground for people living in the area. So this group of people called Dream Grove came together, and they said, "Hey, we will create a pocket of greenery instead of this dumping ground." And almost a decade ago, by the way, this was way back in 2009. When the park actually was blooming with greenery and butterflies, which is it's blooming with greenery and butterflies now if you go there. But a decade ago, it was a complete dump yard. And a few years ago, Mary and Premila, who are the co-founders of the Dream Grove Group, collaborated with the BMC, which is the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and converted the place into a beautiful garden. And here's the impact. So this group of citizens, Dream Grove, came in, converted a dump yard into a beautiful garden, 800 square meters, by the way. And their impact is that in this 2-year initiative, since they've started this entire citizen-led initiative has completely revamped the place, and now it grows close to 200 vegetables and fruits out there in the De Monte Park, which from a dump yard, a green place, and now 200 vegetables and fruits being grown there, completely led by the citizens. I'll just interject this, by the way. We have Sunil from Taru, who was in our previous story, the story one, the agricultural resource utilization. So Sunil is there on Instagram, by the way. Feel free to ask him questions, and he will be there to answer your queries while this live is on. All right. So yes, coming back to Mumbai, coming back to De Monte Park, citizens coming together, creating a green patch out of a dump yard and growing 200 vegetables and fruits. But this is not really the end of the story, guys. Wait for it. Interestingly, the project that was started way back in 2018 is now coming to the rescue of the garden's maintenance staff, who are right now, we are all amidst the nationwide lockdown. So the gardener and the watchman are able to procure fresh harvest for their daily needs from this very green patch, and thus helping them get through this crisis. Right? So such a simple community-led pro-environment measures, with a sustained enthusiasm of people and a conscious need to bring a change, are really the perfect prerequisites to save the planet. And we really appreciate what Dream Grove has been doing. And imagine if all of us come together and spruce up our conditions in our cities, the kind of stuff that we can actually achieve would be phenomenal. So, yes. So if you're inspired by these heroes of today, please let us know in the comments. Your feedback is very important for us because that tells us what are the kind of stories you want to listen to, what's the kind of what are the kind of initiatives that you want us to cover. So please let us know in the comments here. People watching on Facebook, people watching on Instagram are of course quite active. There's a lot of comments coming in. A lot of people saying great work, Dream Grove. Indeed, this is amazing work that Dream Grove is doing. By the way, just again reiterating, Sunil from Taru is on our Instagram feed right now, so you could ask him questions. And please let us know what are the kind of stories you guys want to, hear from us on a daily basis. If you're inspired by these heroes of today, I do have an important announcement to make. And the Better India has partnered with civil service officers from across the country, where we are basically working with them to help raise money so that we can help them distribute food and other essentials to daily wage laborers, migrant workers, and the frontline health workers. So if you want to contribute, if you're really inspired by all these initiatives that are happening, and if you want to contribute, please on Facebook, we'll put a link in the comment, and on Instagram, please go to the link in our bio and contribute to our campaign. The campaign is called Better Together. And as I said, we're raising funds for migrant workers, daily wage earners, and those who are suffering the most through this pandemic. If you have any questions about that fundraiser, also please feel free to just send us a message or write in to contact@thebetterindia.com. And if you guys have not had your fill of positive news with just these two stories, please just look up thebetterindia.com. We're publishing hundreds and hundreds of stories every month, so please go there, read them, get your friends and family to come in and read them, and let's just spread the positivity. So until tomorrow, let's stay positive, stay inspired, because it's important to have hope now more than ever. Thank you very much for watching.